Welcome to Aurora's Committee of Adjustment meeting. The time is 7:01 p.m. on Thursday, June 8, 2023. I would like to call this Committee of Adjustment meeting to order. Land acknowledgement. The town of Aurora acknowledges that the Anishinaabe lands on which we live and work are the traditional and treaty territory of the Chippewas of Georgian Island, as well as many other nations whose presence here continues to this day. As the closest First Nation community to Aurora, we recognize the special relationship the Chippewas have with the lands and waters of this territory. They are the water protectors and environmental stewards of these lands, and as a municipality, we join them in these responsibilities. We further acknowledge that Aurora is part of the treaty lands of the Mississaugas and Chippewas, recognized through Treaty Number 13, as well as the Williams Treaties of 1923. A shared understanding of the rich cultural heritage that has existed for centuries and how our collective past brought us to where we are today will help us work together into a better future. I will start by introducing the committee members and staff. I am the committee chair. My name is David Mhango, and the remaining members are as follows: Jane Stevenson, vice chair; Chris Porcinelli, Michael Visconti, Julian Young. The secretary treasurer is Peter Fan. The planner is Adam Robb. This public meeting is being audio and video recorded. It is also being conducted virtually and through the use of Zoom technology. Your name, address, comments, and any other personal information are being recorded according to the Municipal Act and the Municipal Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act. This will help our town clerk prepare accurate minutes and to create a record that is available to the general public, including on the town's website. Questions about this collection should be directed to the town clerk. Please be advised that the reports being considered tonight are available on the Town of Aurora website and through staff at the town's planning department. Should you wish to receive notification of any of the decisions of tonight's meeting, please complete the appropriate form available through town staff. Applicants and agents will automatically be notified. For each application that will be considered tonight, the following process will occur. I will briefly outline the purpose of the applications, and then the applicant or agent will then be given the opportunity to make a presentation. However, one is not required. It is the applicant's decision whether they wish to speak or let the application proceed on the merits of the information as received. Presentations and deputations are limited to 5 minutes as much as possible. Following any initial comments from the applicant, I will invite members of the public who have interest in the application to come forward and address the committee. Those members of the public who wish to speak must clearly state their name and address and must provide this information to the Secretary Treasurer. Should you wish to obtain a copy of the notice of decision, please complete the appropriate form available through the Secretary Treasurer. Members of the public are reminded that text comments are not permitted during the meeting, and they will not be noted in any manner or any time. Each individual may speak only once on an issue, and once discussion has commenced in respect of a motion, no further presentations shall be made. If you require any technical assistance with your presentation, please let me know. If you wish to speak and are currently following this meeting on the YouTube feed, you will need to turn this feed off and join the live meeting, as there is a slight lag between the YouTube and live feed. Please ensure that all questions and all comments are directed through me, the chair. And if relevant, I will request the appropriate person to respond. It should be noted that the applicant will be given the opportunity to respond to any questions or comments should the committee feel that is appropriate. Tonight's meeting will now commence. We'll start with approval of agenda. Now I will require a mover and seconder from the committee members. Christopher.
Through you, Mr. Chair, I'm advancing a motion to approve the agenda.
Any seconder? Julian?
I'll second.
All in favor? Motion carried. Declaration of interest to the members. Are there any declarations of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof? Okay, I see heads shaking. So no members have a conflict of interest. No member has got a conflict of interest. Confirmation of past minutes. May have a mover and seconder. Michael. You are muted.
Through you, Mr. Chair, sorry about that. I move that the minutes of the previous meeting be approved.
Any seconder?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, thank you, Jane. So the minutes have been approved. Now we'll be hearing the applications.
So, Mr. Chair, sorry, shouldn't have been a committee, the whole committee voting on the movement?
Yes, sorry. Sorry. All in favor of the motion? Thank you. Motion carried. Thank you, Michael. Now we're going to hear the applications. The first application is the MV 2023-21, Gartode 404 Aurora Inc. At 175 Eric T. Smith. The applicant is actually requesting this application to be deferred. So I'll ask for a mover. Jane?
I'll move that application MV 2023-21 be deferred.
Any seconder for that motion? Christopher? All in favor? The motion is carried. That this application is going to be deferred. The second application is application C-2023-02, Gottardo 404 Aurora Inc. At 125 and 175 Eric T. Smith. The applicant is requesting a deferral of this application. May I have a mover?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I move that application C-2023-03, Gottardo 404 Aurora Inc., 125 and 175 Eric T. Smith, that the application be deferred.
Okay, thank you. Do you have a mover? Seconder, sorry. Julian?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Anybody opposing? I see Jane, you didn't raise up your hand.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so again, all in favor? Motion carried. that this application is deferred. Now, the third application is the minor variance application MV 2023-22, Clama at 43 Wells Street. The applicant is requesting relief from the requirements of the town's comprehensive zoning bylaw 6000-17 as amended to convert an existing detached accessory structure, garage, to an additional residential unit, which is permitted as the right by Provincial Bill 23. The following relief is being requested. Section 24.497.8 of the zoning bylaw requires the height of an accessory structure to be 4.5 meters to the peak or highest point, or 3.5 meters to the midpoint of the roof, whichever overall height is less. The applicant is proposing a detached accessory structure flat roof with a building height of 5.24 meters measured to the highest point. Thus, a variance of 0.74 meters is required. The subject lands previously obtained a minor variance approval to increase the accessory building height to 5.24 meters for a sloped roof. The proposed variance is necessary to reflect the building height calculation for a flat roof. Applicants stated reasons for not complying with the zoning bylaw. The applicant has not stated any reason for not complying with the zoning bylaw. There are no letters of opposition or support for this application. In conclusion, staff recommend approval of the requested variance, subject to one condition in the staff's report. So do we have an applicant or agent who would like to speak to this application? We have, I can see, I think Kent Taylor.
Correct, yes.
You need to state your name and address.
Thank you. It's Kent Taylor, 232 London Road, Newmarket. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. Speaking on behalf of the owner here, Mrs. Kramer. This application is pretty straightforward, hopefully. It's more technical, if anything. We are proposing to renovate the existing detached garage or accessory building into a second little apartment. I believe it's for in-law apartment for her. Therefore, we need to, within the volume of the space, we are looking to add a second floor. We're not looking to make the building any larger in footprint, nor are we looking to make it any taller overall. But to access the head height, to get a staircase up the back of this building, to allow for a little loft or a bedroom on the second level, we have to reconfigure the roof a little bit and introduce a flat roof or a very shallow pitch roof, or a shallow shed roof, to allow the headroom of a staircase going up the back. So technically, when we created this shallow shed roof or flat roof, it's the new point of where the height of this building is being measured from. So therefore, we require a variance of, I think, 0.75 meters. But again, I want to reinforce that we're not increasing the overall height of this building. We believe this application is minor in nature, and we're here to answer any questions that the committee may have.
Okay, thank you, Kent. I can see there's Angie. Is Angie also willing to speak or not? And if she's going to speak, then I'll need the full name and address.
Hello, It's Angie Kramer through the chair. I agree with everything Kent is saying.
Okay, so we need your name and address.
Okay, it's Angela Kramer, 43 Wells Street, Ontario, L4G 1S8.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any public delegates who would like to speak to or provide
Through you,
any
Mr.
comments?
Through you, Mr. Chair, there are no public delegates for this application.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments from the committee members? So I see, okay, Michael?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I guess I'm having a little bit of difficulty. Maybe the agent for the owner might. The front entrance, it's going to be a side entrance. Right now, I drove by the property. It looks like there is a garage door right now. Is that garage door going to be removed and a window put in, or?
Yes, through the chairman. Yes, it is existing side entrance on, I believe it's the north elevation. And this shall remain, and we're just actually changing the garage doors and replacing it with a large picture window.
I see, okay,
But the existing door is remaining.
okay. So you're just raising the roof a bit and.
Just at the back there, yeah, on the east side, we are raising a roof with a shallow shed roof to allow a staircase to come up the back to access the second floor.
Yeah, and it seems that you've provided enough parking for.
Yes,
meet the
yeah,
bylaw.
there is an existing long laneway on this property that can accommodate multiple vehicles on this property.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Any other questions or comments from other members of the committee? Hi, Julian.
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair. So just to clarify, what we're deciding today is whether or not to make the roof level with the highest point, right?
Yes, so maybe I can ask Peter and Adam to explain, but what I'm reading here is that the variance here is the 0.75. The height which is being proposed is 5.25, and the maxima for the bylaw requires 4.35 meters to the peak or highest, and or 3.5 meters to the midpoint, whichever overall height is less.
Mhm.
So I don't know, Pete, Adam, maybe you need to provide more explanation.
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair, that is correct. So it is because essentially the pitch of the roof is changing and portions are now being flat, that from a zoning technical perspective, the calculation of height goes to the highest point of that flat level. As the agent said, the height in and of itself, the true height is not changing, just merely from a technical nature. The height calculation being a flat portion of the roof now existing is what necessitates the variance.
Thank you, Julian, for asking question. Any other questions from the other members? I don't have any question. I think what I had was is sort of addressed. So I'll ask you for any motions or motion from the committee members. Michael?
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chair. I read the staff report. I drove by the property. I think this is in keeping with what the official plan, the zoning bylaws, and the direction that the province wants to lend itself to create more affordable housing. So I think it fits in well with the neighborhood, and I move to approve the application, subject to the condition as stated. Condition being that the variance only applies to the subject property in conformity with the plans attached as Appendix B to the staff report to the satisfaction of Director of Planning and Development Services or designated.
Okay, thank you, Marco. Do you have any seconder on that motion? Christopher? All in favor for the motion? The motion is carried.
Thank you very
So
much,
the
Mr.
motion is
Chairman and
carried
committee.
that this minor variance is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman
Thank
and
you.
committee members.
Thank you very much, Kent and Angie, for being with us up to this time. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
So these are the applications we have tonight. Any new business? Adam or Peter, anything which maybe you need members to know?
Nothing from me, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Through you, Mr. Chair, nothing on my end as well.
okay. Any business from the members? Any new business? No, so I can see people nodding. So then I ask a mover for adjournment of a meeting. Jane,
I move that we adjourn.
okay, thank you. Tonight's meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
You need a seconder, Mr. Chair.
No, you don't need a seconder
Oh,
for
you-
adjournment. Yeah.